Good evening, everyone. This is Senior Forecaster coming back here again, and I'm here to go over the potential of not only some isolated severe weather to get towards tomorrow, but I'm also going to go over the winter weather potential as we get towards the Wednesday night and into the Thursday time frame here, guys. We've been talking about it. We talked about it over the last 4 days ago. We talked about this potential of winter weather here in the natural state. You heard it first here on Arkansas Weather Watchers that we were going to have the potential of winter weather. Now we're seeing that could potentially verify as we get towards Wednesday night and early Thursday morning here. We will have precipitation maps out coming up. We will have our first look coming tomorrow here, guys. So just stay tuned to the page because we're going to have several updates tomorrow and into tomorrow evening with this potential winter weather event here, guys. So this is the latest from the HR, and I wanted to go over that isolated severe weather potential as that front boundary continues to sag into southern Arkansas. What the HR is wanting to do is wanting to bring the potential 500 to near 1,000 Cape across southern Arkansas. Main threat will be the potential of hail and wind. You don't have enough dynamics in place for the potential of tornadoes here, guys. So if a severe risk were to go out, we will let you guys know first thing in the morning. It would be with the day one outlook. If anything, it's going to be a marginal risk for the potential of hail and wind across southern Arkansas, northern Louisiana, northeast Texas, and portions of far western Mississippi here as we get towards the right around that lunchtime hour tomorrow and into the early afternoon hours of your Tuesday here, guys. So, like I said before, your fundamental sags into southern Louisiana, southern Louisiana, southern Texas, southern Mississippi, and southern Alabama here. And this is going to be very, very questionable on where does the frontal boundary end up stalling. And if you were to go with the HR, just a early look on the HR real quickly here, what it wants to do, it wants to have that frontal boundary here. And with that frontal boundary being that far to the south, what you're having up doing is you're having all that moisture is starting to overrun that front. So that frontal boundary has cleared most of Louisiana, it's cleared most of Texas, cleared most of the Gulf Coast states. Especially to make an approach to Florida here, but you've got precipitation overrunning that frontal boundary here, guys. So you're going to have the potential of widespread rain, but what's going to end up happening here as we move towards your Wednesday is that you're going to have an area of low pressure that's going to develop across northern Mexico here. At the same time, you're going to have high pressure that's going to be moving down from Canada into the Midwest and eventually up into the Ohio Valley, bringing in the colder air. So you're going to have moisture, you're going to have cold air, you're going to have enough lift in place for the potential of winter weather here, guys. So as I talked about before, just stay tuned to the page tomorrow because we will have constant updates tomorrow regarding this potential. And I'm kind of considering doing a live stream right around lunchtime tomorrow. We're going to wait and see on that. This depends, but this depends on the overall situation, how it's looking tomorrow. I may do a live update right around the late morning to lunchtime hours, so just stay tuned for that. I'll let you guys know first thing in the morning here. But as I said before, there's going to be an impulse that's going to develop in northern Mexico. You're going to have your high pressure moving in from the Midwest into the Ohio Valley here, and this is where it gets very, very tricky in terms of who sees what in the natural state. You want my honest opinion? I know last blog I made, I betted my money for Central and South Arkansas, but if everything sets up, I at least see almost the entire state seeing some sort of winter precipitation before this completely comes to an end. I think your bigger impacts are going to be in north and central Arkansas this time around. But for our folks in southern Arkansas, I can't rule out some winter precipitation as we get towards as we get towards Thursday afternoon and the Thursday evening as that colder air starts to settle in. I'm going to talk about that here in just a little bit here, guys. Now, here's the NAM model here. Now, here we are as we get towards Wednesday here. Like I talked about before, you're going to have area of low pressure that's going to develop. Your moisture is going to start surging up towards the north. Here comes your high pressure here. Now, I'm going to zoom this out so you guys can have a better visualization on what I am seeing going on here, guys. So, as I talked about before, there's your frontal boundary moving through. There's your high pressure here, a 1042 millibar high pressure, millibar, an Arctic high pressure moving down from Canada into the Midwest here, guys. Temperatures up here, it's going to be extremely cold. This is going to be a very cold air mass moving in. It'd be very short-lived but it's going to be a very cold air mass that's going to be moving into the natural state as you get towards Thursday night and early Friday morning here, guys. So there's your area of snow that's going to be developing. There's your surface low starting to develop. And this is where it's going to get very, very tricky here, guys. Here's your high pressure here at 1048 millibar high pressure. This is what is concerning me right now because you have that massive high in the northern plains. Okay, you've got at frontal boundary stalled along the Gulf Coast. You've got moisture overrunning that colder air. So colder air is moving in, moisture's overrunning it, and you're getting the potential of snowfall across northern Arkansas and portions of central Arkansas, including the metro here. So if this were to take place, it would, quote unquote, end the snow drought. But here's my concern, especially for folks in southern Arkansas. I know what you're taking in South Arkansas. Oh, it's just going to be a cold rain. I don't really see much out of this. I did not mean to do that. But I'm going to show you guys what is very, very important whenever you're getting ready to forecast winter weather here in the natural state is aloft temperatures. Now, what you're looking at here is the 850 millibar temperature profiles if you were to go with the 0Z NAM. And this is going to be very, very important here because of two things. One, how is it looking aloft? Because what's going to start is going to start off as snow. If your aloft temperatures are very, very cold, no matter what your surface temperature is around 35, 36 degrees, you're going to have the potential of winter weather, even for our folks down in southern Arkansas here, guys. So here we are as we get towards late Wednesday, early Thursday morning here. Here's your 540 degree line, or your 850 millibar 0 degree line, which is be your 32 degree line aloft across northern Arkansas here, guys. There's your 3 degrees, you got 5 degrees, and et cetera from there. So if basically, for an example, if you were looking for the potential of snow for this particular run, let's say we had the event coming in Wednesday night, well, the best chance of snow would be for southern Missouri into northern Arkansas here, guys. If, like I said, if it was going off, this is just purely an example, this would be your best area of seeing winter precipitation here, guys, mainly because your aloft temperatures are below freezing or at freezing. And I talked about this in the forecast tonight about this, but what ends up happening is as your colder air starts to filter in, this is around 3 in the morning, okay? This is very, very important here. There's your 0 degree line, your 32 degree line aloft. Okay, anything behind this line is fully supportive of snow, purely snow, because temperatures behind this are in the 20s aloft, around the 850 millibar level. So you've got snow falling, hits that 28, 29 degree level. It continues to fall. So your next level is going to be 925, and then there's your surface profiles from there. So anything behind this line in the 850 millibar range would be supportive of snowfall here in the natural state. Alright, so as we get towards Thursday morning here, as you can tell, it makes it down to south central Arkansas, okay? And then we're going to get out to right around 3 p.m. There's your freezing line down in southern Arkansas here, guys. So that's why I'm saying whatever moisture is left over by Thursday afternoon will be supportive of the potential of snowfall here, guys, for the majority of the states. So that is why I have included southern Arkansas in that potential of winter weather here, guys. So there's your 850 millibars. Now, what you're going to look at next is 925 millibars here. That's the last level you're going to get before you hit the surface level here, guys. So you've got 500, you got 700, you got 850, you got 925, and then you're going to hit your surface. So as I talked about before, we're going to have to keep a very close eye on this here, guys. So as you get towards Wednesday night, take you guys out to Wednesday night here, guys. And here we are at 3 in the morning. There's your 0 degree line, 925. So that means 925, you're below freezing already. Here we are Thursday morning, okay? 0 degree line, right around 2 to 3 degrees. So this would be the area for rain. This would be the area for snow and sleet across the majority of the state here, guys. And as we get towards right around that, I say 7, 8 o'clock in the morning time frame, most of southern Arkansas is at that 0, 1 degree range. So southern Arkansas, rain and sleet. Central, North Arkansas, the potential of snow and sleet will be there if you were to go with the NAM model here, guys. And it just continuously keeps everybody below freezing aloft as you get towards Thursday here, guys. So I know what you're seeing. You're seeing rain. But with your 925 millibar temperatures being below freezing, you will have the potential of seeing winter weather here. And just for the sake of things, I'm going to show you the surface temperatures with the NAM. All right, and throughout the day on Thursday, it keeps everybody right around that 35, 36, 37 degree range, and that's with snow falling. So that tells me right there the NAM model is catching on to your loft temperatures being that cold to support snowfall at around 38, 39, 40 degrees. And even I'm thinking that temperatures are probably going to bust on Thursday. I think temperatures are a little too overdone, especially when you have rain, you've got northeast winds, you've got cloud cover, and on top of that, your dew points. And what your dew points are going to look like throughout the day on Thursday is right around 31, 32, 33 degrees. So you've got surface temperatures 38, your dew points 33. You've got moisture overrunning, so you've got evaporation of cooling. So then they're going to be right in the middle. So that puts you right around that 34, 35 degree range for temperatures here, guys. So temperatures are going to be in the 30s for your Thursday here, guys, if you were to go with the 0Z NAM. But as I talked about before, that's going to be for the potential of snow, sleet for mainly north central Arkansas and southern Arkansas, rain / sleet, possibly going over to some light snow as we get towards late Thursday afternoon or Thursday evening, and then it should be getting out here as we get towards Thursday night with a very cold Thursday night in store for the natural state with overnight lows in the teens and 20s. Winter is going to be fighting back, but I honestly think that this may be winter's last stand across the natural state here, guys, because from here on past Thursday, I don't see any significant cold air making its way back down to the natural state here, guys. But we will keep you guys updated on that. But the time is just ticking away from winter here. We're going to be moving into March and then eventually into our spring severe weather season here, guys. So there's the 0Z NAM. I think I didn't talk about the NAM too much. Now I'm going to go over to the UK Met model. And I'm not really the biggest fan of the UK Met model, but I do use it from time to time, but I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here, guys. So here we are Thursday morning. All right. Temperatures in the 30s and 40s if you were to go with the UK Met model. And this is why I'm not really a fan of it, because it warms temperatures up way too quickly into the 30s and into the low 40s. But this is what I'm talking about here as we get towards Friday night here. And I think the UK Met's a little too warm with this, but overnight lows in the 20s to low 30s. I'm thinking more teens and 20s, especially when you're dealing with a high-end 1040 plus millibar Arctic high coming down from Canada. Even with that cold air modifying, I don't think it's going to modify to the point that you're going to have 30s and 40s in place. I'm thinking more of teens across far northern Arkansas and widespread 20s across the natural state here, guys. So just for the second things, you want to go with the UK Met. Let's look at snowfall totals. I wouldn't expect much. I don't think it has too much of snowfall totals exactly across far northwest Arkansas here, maybe a little bit up here in far northwest Arkansas, but the rest of the state, no dice from the UK Met model here. Now, let's go over to the European model, and the European model has been kind of thrown in our side here because it's constantly gone against the GFS and the NAM with this particular scenario here. So here we are with the 12Z European model here, and what it wants to do is, like I talked about, it caved just a tad. It does have the potential of winter precipitation across northern Arkansas and central Arkansas here, but the problem is with the Euro, it's very, very quick, it's very, very progressive, so anything that falls would be extremely light in terms of winter precipitation here in the natural state. So that's one thing that's concerning me here with this. And like I said before, it does bring down possibly one inch. That would be sleet, by the way, not snowfall totals. It does bring that little bit across central Arkansas here, just west of downtown Little Rock here. So we would have to keep an eye on the potential winter weather here, but with the Euro, it gets to that way too quickly here. So to get winter weather here in the natural state with this particular system, you need the cold air to get here quickly. Okay, you need that colder air to not lag. I don't think the lagging is going to be a problem with this system, and with this high pressure that's going to be moving in. But we do not need that impulse to move very quickly, because that impulse comes in, it comes out before the cold air gets here, then it's just going to be a cold rain for the natural state, and then temperatures are going to fall behind that. But if they can meet just at the same time, or that high pressure could beat that short wave coming through, then you could look at the potential of a pretty decent winter weather event here in the natural state here, guys. So, like I said before, stay tuned to our page. We will have constant updates tomorrow and Wednesday going over this potential as we get towards Wednesday night and Thursday morning here, and even throughout the day on Thursday if you were to go with the NAM here, guys. So stay tuned, and what I'm personally looking for as we get towards tomorrow, and especially on Wednesday, is going to be what does the HR, what does the WRAP model say. So our very near-term models should be coming into fruition as we get towards by this time tomorrow and into the early part of your Wednesday morning here, guys. So just stay with Arkansas Weather Watchers here, and we will keep you guys ahead of this system. Thank you for tuning in to this video tonight, and y'all have a great rest of your Monday evening.